Oh my word. We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look. Good to see you all, folks. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a lovely time of it, really. I can't believe we finished Dying Light. Mental, I know. And welcome to a limited edition stream of Warzone. We've got the Black Ops 7 beta this week. And the Black Ops 7 beta is going to be interesting because I will be streaming it. I will be streaming it. However, I might be streaming it from a hotel room in Paris. Figuring that part out. I got a message from oh, why is my... Oh, no, I rebound my buttons. Oh, no. Oh, no, I rebound my buttons. I need to change it back to jump. I need to change it back to jump. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Buttons. Boom. R4. Jump. Lovely. Right. Cool. Yeah, I got a message from Riot last night. I've been watching the Valorant Champs, and obviously I play Valorant a fair bit in my own time. And I was watching it, and I got a... Okay. I was watching it, and I got a message from Valorant saying, "Oh, do you want to come to Champs?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not going to say no." So anyways, I leave on Tuesday. So I'll be streaming some Black Ops 7 beta from Paris. I'm figuring out currently where.
Supply box secured. 2 to go.
I'm reloading.
But we shall figure these things out. I'm also bringing my MacBook, a capture card, and a PlayStation 5. So worst case scenario, I'll just do it in the hotel room.
2 supply boxes down. 1 to go.
Changing mags.
Wow, I'm ass. McDonald's Wi-Fi, 100%. There's a will, there's a way. Well, Team Vitality have, we're like an esports org. They've got like an esports training facility in Paris, so I'm probably going to drop them a message and be like, "Yo, do you mind if I, like, rent this and use it to stream?"
Contract complete. All supply boxes secured.
I mean, if not, I literally will just do it from the hotel room, which is perfectly fine. Assuming the internet's not terrible, which hopefully it won't be.
Gas is closing in. Loadout drop headed your way.
Watching recon flyover.
I'm assuming the meta is still the same in Warzone.
Reloading.
How's the 5G coverage there? Should have good bandwidth. Yeah, I might go the 5G route as well. We'll see. I might look into getting like a little 5G router or something. Worst case. We'll figure out. It won't be the end of the world. Did you know that the original PlayStation released in the UK on this day in 1999? What the world is going on here?
Changing mags.
Some sort of budget Lemay Yamal. I mean, I'm not... Well, I've got to do something to kill the time. I mean, we've got the Black Ops 7 beta this week, which will be decent. I'm actually, dare I say it, looking forward to giving that a try. I will also be at Valerant Champs this week, so I probably will be streaming said beta from the hotel room. But, you know. These are all things that can be figured out. Should probably get a self-res. Brad, thank you for the prime. I appreciate you, my boy. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, looking forward to trying the Black Ops 7 beta, and then obviously we're rolling into Battlefield 6 next week, and life's good. I mean, once Battlefield 6 is out, you know. The breeze is stupendous. It's a tactical Charlie. I don't know what that... I mean, that sounds like something a Tory MP might do after a long evening. Oh dear.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
I suppose I should kill this guy, huh? Oh my word. I took out an alarming amount of fall damage from that. It's like my legs got broken. Ooh. Really not bothered about COD this year? No, I understand that. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not something I'm like massively... focused on this year, but like it'll be interesting to see how it goes. At the bare minimum, I'll play it for zombies. If the multiplayer is decent, that's a bonus, but I will play it for zombies. It's weird that they're doing zombies in the beta though. I think perhaps they're struggling a little bit in terms of sales.
Got a loadout drop inbound.
Got a loadout drop inbound.
Closing in. Relocating safe zone.
I mean, I actually do think it'll be a decent game, High Lord. Like, I actually genuinely look at Black Ops 7 and I think, oh, like, that actually kind of resembles Black Ops 2 a lot. Obviously, with, like, the weird wall jump, it's a little bit different, but, like, it has some sort of... What's the word I'm looking for? Inklings and hints towards games that I've enjoyed in the Black Ops series. So, like, I actually do think it will be decent. But the problem with COD, and this is something I've alluded to a couple of times, is just like, eventually you play it and you're like, this is fun, and then the SBMM kicks in and then you're like, bang, I just don't really enjoy this anymore. And like, I think Scump was trying to sort of say it on stream the other day, like, it kind of kills it for the top end of players. But like, to be honest with you, even if you're the medium end of players, you still feel it. Like, you still feel that your games are being controlled, right? Like, like... The way I describe it with SBMM is that with SBMM, everybody's always playing people who are their own skill caliber, right? So even if there's like zero variation in that, it's still going to feel sweaty whether you're a top 1% player or a top 10% player or a top 30% player. Because at the end of the day, you'll ultimately still be playing people who feel as strong as you are. And I think, like, it's a tricky equation for COD, because part of that equation is like, oh, in COD, the only outcome is winning or losing, right? Whereas, say, for example, in Battlefield, A, there's no SBMM, but B, like, winning doesn't really matter that much. It's the experience in between and the sandbox that kind of keeps people playing, right? So it is a tricky equation for them, and you know, there is no easy answer. I just think people, like, I tweeted the other day, and I think this is probably the best way I can describe it. When I think of COD, could I sit on a sofa in front of a TV, play it casually, and enjoy it? Probably not. Could I do that with Battlefield? Probably yes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I could probably sit in a tank in Battlefield, in a field, getting some kills, getting some revives, and have a pretty good time. If I was sat on a sofa in front of a TV for COD, I would get spat on 16 times over, laughed at, and then immediately quit. You're not a COD next, why? I'm not really sure, like, I would say at this point I don't really have a creator relationship with COD. I was very publicly vocal about just their lack of protection for us getting stream sniped. And if I'm being perfectly honest, and this is just me being perfectly honest, COD don't like racism, alright? Like, especially when it's a content creator, like, complaining about something that they're being inactive about. So let's say I'm not surprised by not getting an invitation, alright? COD inviting critical voices to their functions? Pretty low on the agenda. I mean, to be honest with you though, it's not even me who I'm necessarily thinking, like, should be there. Bradders isn't there this year, and he's, like, in my opinion, one of the best multiplayer creators for Call of Duty in the space in the UK. And he's been the last couple of years, and he wasn't even invited. Oh, don't you worry, the crossword will happen.
Changing mags.
Darkstar, bloody hell, the 10 gifted. The 10 gifted. You'll love to see it. Thank you, Darkstar. I appreciate it. Guys, if you receive the gifted, please do say thank you. You saucy, saucy son of a gun. Mr. Ruffle Waffles isn't there? I mean, here's the thing. This is going to sound arguably a little self-important. I don't think I would go to COD Next for free, and I'm pretty certain it is an unpaid activation for the vast majority of people. Like, unless you're like a mega star, I'm pretty sure most of them go just to get the content, and I personally wouldn't do that. Which I know to some people might sound like, oh, this guy's a dick. Like, this guy, like, you know, look at this content creator, like, asking for cash, or like... In my view, if you go to COD Next, right, and you're filming all of these things, and you're doing all of these posts, and you're doing all of these live streams, in my view, those are deliverables, right? And if a brand wants deliverables from me, especially a brand like Call of Duty, which is a massive multi-million-dollar corporation, am I doing that for free? Absolutely not. You know, I think, like... Personally, if somebody said to me, we want to fly you to the other side of the planet, and you have to stream the game, and not that there's a requirement to make content, but inevitably you will make content, like, I'm not doing that for free. I'm sorry. Like, there's no way. Like, absolutely no way.
Moving to my mark. Reloading.
Heads up.
Like, it makes sense if you're like a content creator who's kind of like coming up in the space. Like, and I love that for people who like have got that opportunity. I think that's fantastic. Like, if I was a smaller creator or like a medium-sized creator, which arguably I suppose in sub count, I suppose you would say I'm medium-sized, but live viewership-wise, absolutely not. Then I probably would go, right? But for me personally, like, I would lose money going to COD Next, in my opinion. Like, especially when the alternative is I can sit at home, you know? Sorry, I just had to reply to a little reply.
Reloading.
I don't really know, to be honest with you, High Lord. I find the list sometime for, like, if the list was pure numbers, I mean, I would be there, Broken would be there, Bradders would be there. But it isn't necessarily pure numbers. Like I say, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Whether or not COD would ever publicly acknowledge this, probably not. I don't think I'm gonna get an invite to any COD event anytime soon. I don't think I'm gonna get it because I'm publicly critical of their product. And that's just me being honest. You know, I think as a content creator in this, like, my issue with the COD scene, in particular, is that, like, they seem to approach you from like, COD seems to approach content creators from a space of, like, okay, we are the best in the business and, like, you know, we kind of demand your attention a bit because of that. But, like, for me personally, like, you know, we've had the whole stream sniping fiasco in Warzone and stuff, and it's like, well, I don't view it like that. I view it as, I'm a streamer trying to stream your game, and 99% of the time I just get treated like shit, so... the only time COD has ever spoken to me about stuff going on with stream and stuff like that is whenever I've had to publicly kick up a fuss about something. Do you know what I mean? Like, by contrast, I speak to content creator teams at, like, Arma and Valorant and Battlefield fairly frequently, just because they want to keep up with you and see if everything's alright, and, like, they keep in touch with you, and, like, with COD, it's like, you won't hear anything from them for the whole year. When you do hear from them, it's usually because something's happened or you've complained about something, and then usually the answer that you get from them is, meh. Like, you know, I'm not blaming the people who work there. Like, I think the people who work there are genuinely great people. I think they just, you know, perhaps don't have the structural support to sort of deal with some of the stuff that we've had, like the stream sniping situation. But, like, I'd say the contrast, I would say, is that if I complained to EA and said to them, hey, I'm being stream sniped in Battlefield and I really need this looked into, I feel like it would be resolved in a week. Or less than a week. And at the bare minimum, I feel like the people who are in charge of resolving it would, like, help me out pretty proactively. With COD, I only really heard from them about it after I publicly made a tweet bashing the situation and basically saying that they allowed harassment. And then even then, like, I didn't really get a solution. I just got a, we can't really deal with it, sorry, like, which is still something, and I respect it, but, like, I don't know. Like, I don't have an active creator relationship with Call of Duty anymore, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think I want to. Like, I think the whole stream sniping situation in Warzone really soured any positive opinion I have with working with them. Don't get me wrong, I still think it's a cool game, I still like the people who work there, I still think it's, like, cool on that front, but, like, I honestly just felt like I got treated like shit, if I'm being perfectly frank, so... There's a lot going on there. I actually genuinely do think Black Ops 7 could be an interesting game, Ed. Like, I genuinely don't think it's going to be that bad. I refuse to play an FPS with wall jumps, etc. Yeah, I hear that. I mean, I actually don't mind Omni movement. I actually quite like it, if I'm being perfectly honest. I know that's probably one of the less popular elements of Call of Duty these days, but, like, I actually prefer having higher levels of movement. In Call of Duty, at least, because it's an arcade shooter, right? So I understand, like, it's not for everybody, but for me personally, Like, I actually like omni movement. So, like, I'm kind of interested in seeing, like, what that looks like. I genuinely, like, think that it could be a lot of fun, or it could be a game that I, at the bare minimum, maybe not everybody's personal preference, but for me, like, I think I'd actually quite like Black Ops 7 as a multiplayer title. I think the SBMM might grind me down a little bit and maybe make it less enjoyable for me. But at the end of the day, I probably will just play it for zombies. Which I think most people probably will just play it for zombies, like, which is fun.
Keep the pressure on.
Game Pass for the win? Yeah, 100%. I've always personally flown on controller with Battlefield, and I've always enjoyed it. I know some people, like, struggle with it a bit, but, like, I find it so naturally intuitive to me when the controls are set the way I want them. Like, a lot of people, I was quite surprised. A lot of people are like, oh, you're like a pretty good helicopter pilot and a pretty decent jet pilot. And I'm like, bro, as far as I'm aware, I thought I was arse. Helicopters, well, actually, that's a lie. Helicopters I've always known I was quite decent, but, like, jets, nothing special. But I've always liked using the flight controls in Battlefield on controller. Yeah, hijacked will be fun. They've got Raid as well, haven't they? Hi, Lord. I bloody love Raid. It's one of my... I love Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite CODs ever made. Which is why I think, like, the whole reveal of Black Ops 7 was a bit, like, so weird. Because it was like, okay, you actually have some, like, really good elements of this, but you've just not really marketed it very well. Now, I'm not a COD next, but I am at Valorant Champs this week. I'm very excited for... If any of you watch Valorant Champs and you happen to see the game between Fnatic and Paper X, it was absolute cinema. I got a lot more on that thermite than I was anticipating there.
Changing mags.
You're losing ground. Moving.
Hostile shot spot.
Top 3. Don't let up now.
Like nothing happened.
Only 2 left. Incoming napalm strike.
Yippee!
Never stood a chance. Nicely done.
Hooray! We did it! Woo! We did. Mom, Dad, get the camera! You people should ignore me, often. Right, let's see if we can load into a regular game. Am I following the finals tournament scene? Not at the moment, no. Like, I mostly keep up with Val. The enthusiasm is because I feel so much passion about winning in Warzone these days. You see exclusive Ace getting denied at the border? I did, and I have some thoughts on it that some people didn't really like. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, events in the US kind of suck. Like, there's no avoiding it. Like, I love the Battlefield event, and I love the COD Next that I did get invited to. They were great fun. And people in the US are genuinely quite lovely. But there's two problems. One, the border situation is crazy, bro. Like, I mean, I've never spoken to a US immigration guy who just didn't hate my guts by default. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you can answer every question exactly how you should answer it. You can have all the evidence in the world, but if the guy in front of you is just feeling like being a dick, like, you might just be screwed. Like, and that is just US immigration. Like, it's like, and it's really peculiar for, like, me as a British person, because, like, in Europe, I don't even talk to border force ever. Like, I don't remember the last time I spoke to a border guard traveling in Europe. Or, like, they take one glance at your passport, they go, oh, you're British, all right, sweet. You know? Or, like, and the inverse of that is, like, if you're an American and you sign what is called an ETA, which is basically our equivalent of an ESTA, you don't even need to talk to anybody. You just scan your passport and walk through an electronic gate, right? But every time I've been to the US, every single time, I get some dude who sounds like he just about made it out of high school, right? And he's like, why are you here? And I'm like, I'm just visiting. He's like, how long are you here for? And I'm like, a week or two. Or like, here's the date I'm flying back. And like, I don't even bother telling them about the content creator stuff because it just gets complicated. Exactly like what happened to Exclusive Ace. Every time they ask me, I just say I'm visiting. Because I bet you here's how the conversation with Exclusive Ace went. He said, I'm here to visit the COD event. And then they would be like, Is that work? Is that your job? Is that your employment? And he'll be like, well, yeah, but I'm not being paid. I'm just visiting. So it's essentially the equivalent of work meeting, which is covered by an ESTA. But yeah, it's like literally like, I'll never forget. It's the funniest thing in the world. One of the first times I went to the US, the guy was like, when are you leaving? And I was like, oh, in a week. And he was like, oh, like, can I see your flight information? I was like, well, yeah, like, I am leaving in a week. I don't really plan on staying any longer than I need to because I don't want to. And he got really annoyed about that comment. And I was like, well, sorry, mate, I don't actually think you're the shining bastion of humanity. And I don't actually want to stay here. So, like, you know, like, I just want to get my shit and go, if I'm being perfectly frank. And like, I was talking about this with Moydog last night, and like, you know, I wouldn't call it a heated exchange, but I just don't think he understood sort of when you come from Europe and the UK and like your interactions with border security are extremely just sort of, oh, nice to see you, welcome in, adios. Oh, nice to see you, like, welcome in, adios. And then you get to the US and it's like, why are you here? Why do you exist, you piece of trash? It's like, bro, like, chill out. Like I wouldn't holiday there at all. Like, I wouldn't holiday there at all. And the problem I think you have is essentially you've got, like, and the situation with the Exclusive Ace where he's been, like, denied entry is because you have these border guys who don't understand the complexities of, say, for example, our job, which granted is a bit niche. So they've just assumed that he doesn't have a work visa, even though he's not being paid, which means that he's not technically working and therefore shouldn't have to have one. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It's a conversation we've had with publishers. I know Activision's had that conversation. I know EA's had that conversation where it's like, do we have to keep hosting things in the US? Because, like, it sucks for everybody who's not from the US.
Check weapons and gear.
So it's a shame that he's got denied entry. It's really annoying as well, because, like, he's... Don't understand complexities. My brother, they have Velcro shoes. No, I definitely agree with that, Nelson. I obviously do understand. It's like, I imagine if you're somebody who what, like, we consider them third countries, so like countries that aren't EU or strong relations. They probably do get that sort of grilling, even in the UK, whereas, like, But I think it's just weird for us because we sort of have this sort of allegedly reciprocal system with the US where, like, US citizens don't even need to speak to a border patrol agent in the UK. They just walk in. So it's kind of weird when you're a British person going to the US. And it's like, oh no, like, we'll just dropkick you. So it's a shame that, like, exclusive Ace got denied. The new PC is indeed purring, and we might have something happening on that front soon. But when I can talk about it, we'll talk about it. Let's just say that hardware-related activities might be happening.
Scavenger contract here.
I assume he flew in, Rix, so I imagine he got denied after flying into Vegas.
Targets are up. Go take them down. Enemy soldier incoming. Supply box is located. Move to secure.
Napalm strike ready for delivery.
I think it's more just people not understanding the job, Cutoff Man. Because, like, I know a lot of content creators, the second they mention that they're a content creator, like, US Border Patrol starts getting really sort of aggressive about, are you working here? But yeah, if you record something, like, I remember they once told Westy, like, oh yeah, like, you know, if you're visiting the US on, because this is when he went on holiday to, like, Florida or something, and they were asking him questions like, oh yeah, but you're a content creator, like, surely you would be filming stuff here, and, like, technically that's working. And he's like, well, no, I'm not that kind of content creator. I'm, you know, I'm not a travel content creator or anything like that. I'm just like a gaming content creator. Jesus Christ, dude. Where are these people hiding?
Welcome to the Gulag. Fight to win redeployment.
Are we ready to talk about Chelsea yet, bro? I just...
Almost your turn, soldier.
Look.
Stand by.
When I say the Battlefield 6 is the thing that will be fueling me this year, I mean it in every facet of the world. Although, actually, that's a lie. I'm a Jags fan. And I'll tell you what, being a Jags fan right now, being a good Jacksonville Jaguars fan, is bloody fantastic right now. Alright? 13 turnovers in 4 games. Mental. Mental. What a footballing team.
Scavenger contract here.
Gas moving.
Scavenger contract here.
Beat the 49ers. 4 turnovers, including, like, some crazy interceptions. It's looking good, bro. I mean, granted, I know the 49ers have had a lot of injuries, but, like, they had their starting QB back. Somebody actually trying to shoot me out of the sky. Are you sure about that, big man? Yeah, I don't think you are sure about that, are you? Nah, you're getting it now. Yeah, Fez. I forgot about the whole fucking knife meta. God, I can't believe they did that. Just one thing I don't get about Warzone is, like, we discover things that don't work and we put them back in, because we had the knife meta in Caldera, where it was statistically faster to stab somebody than it was to shoot them with a pistol in the gulag, and I don't know why they brought that back. Not Jack's fault, can only be what's in front of them. Yeah, for sure. Like, I just like our head coach. Like, I think Cohen's getting, like, more out of that team and getting more out of Trevor Lawrence. Like, my issue with the Jags, historically, is that we've always bailed out Trevor Lawrence because there's always been an issue. Like, oh, we haven't had the offensive line. Oh, the receivers have been terrible. But, like, now, he's got a good O-line that are making sure he isn't always under pressure. And he's got a great receiver core, except for Brian Thomas, who's dropping a few too many passes at the minute. And, like, Brenton Strain's been good this season, though. He's got a good O-line. He's got a good receiver core. There are no excuses now. Like, the excuse is just making poor reads. And he has done that. Like, the second game of the season, when we lost to, who was it? No, it wasn't the loss. It was when we played the Texans. It was when we played the Texans and, like, we nearly bottled it to the Texans. He, like, threw into double coverage more than once. And I was like, bro, like, you had, like, 10, 15 seconds in the pocket and you still managed to make the worst pass imaginable. So it's good to have a head coach that's basically telling him to stop being garbage, because he spent his entire Jags career being told that he's great and everybody else is just letting him down. Like, I'm sure professionally his attitude isn't that. Like, he doesn't seem like that sort of player who's, like, blaming his O-line or blaming his receivers. But, like, yeah, like, it's nice to just sort of have a head coach that's kind of demanding a bit more out of his team. And especially one that likes chatting shit and having a fight on the field. I mean, that was fun to watch. I have a question for you. Why is the audio on PlayStation 5 on Black Ops 6 sound terrible? I've done everything. Still sounds crap. Are you outputting over a HDMI or are you outputting over, like, a USB device? Yeah, I find HDMI audio can get a bit weird. If you're using, like, a dedicated gaming headset, you probably would just objectively get better audio. That being said, it's a bit odd because, like, I think I've kind of moved away from recommending gaming headsets a lot these days because in-ear monitors and, like, studio headphones are so much better. I mean, right now I'm using my current IEMs, but in my drawer, the thing that I would traditionally use is a brain? Brain? I would traditionally use... Where are you? Oh, I've moved it. Oh, it might be in my tech bag. I would traditionally use the Biodynamic DT770s. I do get it, though. Like, console audio is a bit odd unless it's specifically being told to output over a certain device, and then I find it kind of, like, reconfigures itself a bit. I can't lie, bro. I didn't think I would live in content creation long enough to see Call of Shame crash out, but here we are. Someone just typed in game chat a match after 1 hour is hilarious. He's basically deleted all of his content, High Lord of Terror. He said, so he's deleted all of his content from his channel and says that he's now. So basically, he probably got sued, if I'm being honest. Somebody probably like requested his legal identity from YouTube and sued him. But he's basically deleted all of his content and is now like rebranding as some sort of like Christian gospel channel, which, you know, I'll let you lot be the judge of that. No, I didn't get invited this year, LG. Gary Gulag! Is that Gary Gulag?
All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Guys, I'm playing with the Gary Gulag. I mean, he probably just got sued. Like, realistically. That's probably the outcome here.
Battle Royale.
My thumb is broken, please be gentle, guys. Nice. Great start. No one's even commented on the fact that I've, like, got short hair now. I spent so much time on Dying Light without a face cam that you people all forgot what I looked like.
Locations are marked on your TAC map.
He probably didn't, Riggs feet. Which is, like I say, probably a long list of many things that have gone catastrophically wrong from a legal standpoint.
Enemy UAV is online. Hostile UAV in the area. One supply box remaining. Move to secure.
I'm reloading.
Well, that hurt.
Nothing happened.
Wowzers.
Gulag is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment.
I swear, like in solos, I fire my gun and I have like 16 people on me. definitely watch some of
Fight for your life.
I'll watch
Be ready. You're next.
I watched some of Westie's COD Next coverage. And see how I mean I'm not streaming it myself, absolutely not. Like I'm curious to see what he thinks of it. The only downside to COD Next, and this is definitely something I will feel for both him and pretty much everybody else who's attending, is that when you're playing, like, predominantly all other content creators, the lobbies are super sweaty. It's like when we were doing the Battlefield event, it was like one game we literally just got rolled. Like, and I mean rolled. We had like Silk going like 200 and 0 in a jet or something, and I was just like, good God. What SMG am I using? I think I'm using the compact on my custom loadout. I had good luck with crates this morning, I'll tell you that much. That's a little bit better. But like Zac Efron from the trailer. That was a really funny trailer. That was a really good marketing bait and switch. I almost respect them for it because I don't think most people would do it. Because it's not in your face enough that it's obnoxious, but it's just the right level of screw you, I think. Because, like, I know a lot of people... I mean, I don't personally view Battlefield and Call of Duty as competition to each other. I think they're two very different games. But ultimately, they are competing for the same sales and audience. And I think it was kind of just a nice... little subtle reminder, if you will. I mean, because Battlefield aren't stupid, right? Like, they're watching COD from the outside in do this whole, like, we're reformed thing. We're cancelling the skins. We won't do that again. Like, you know, they can kind of see everything going on in their own industry, right? So it is just like a harmless bit of trolling, if I'm honest. I did think it was funny, though. It was a good live-action trailer. I mean, I'm not personally a big fan of live-action trailers. I think, you know, marketing budgets can probably be spent a little bit better, but I do like the message of just sort of like, oh, well, in this game, like, we don't care. Like... This guy's intentions are basically just to be annoying. I bet even the COD devs will laugh about it. Probably. I mean... I am interested... I'm interested to see how this year pans out for COD, because I feel like kind of where they're at as a video game is sort of an accumulation of not paying attention to their own audience. Something of that demeanor. Gosh, that LC-10 got like a crazy TTK on me. Yeah, I mean, I'm certain they've got friends who work at Activision and stuff like that. LC-10 killed me like I wasn't fully cleared. Although, mind you, I'm kind of done at this point trying to, like, figure out how Call of Duty servers work. That's a stream sniper, is it? Who knows? I'd say COD is the new COD killer. I think they're in a really tricky spot. I definitely don't envy Call of Duty because, like, Black Ops 7 to me looks like an arcade COD, and it looks like they're actually listening to the people who want COD just to be like an arcade movement shooter. So, like, if it doesn't do well, that's rough. And then, like, because it's rough because they are on paper doing what their core audience wants. So like that's tricky. But like on the flip side of that, their more popular games are the ones where they're not very COD-like. You know what I mean? I think Modern Warfare 2019 was probably the perfect balance of arcadey enough that core COD fans liked it, but like semi-grounded enough that people who didn't really like COD enjoyed it too. I think with Modern Warfare 2 in 2022, they leaned more towards people who are not very Call of Duty oriented and basically alienated their core player base. So it's really I do genuinely feel bad for them because it kind of feels like it's impossible for them to please everybody at this point. Like I look at Black Ops 7 as sort of a Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 hybrid. And like as somebody who likes COD when it's actually just an arcade shooter and fun, that's quite appealing to me. But I think the wider audience, if you will, of first-person shooters don't like that. And I think that's why Battlefield has kind of gotten this head of steam, is because Battlefield is like kind of angling towards this grounded approach that's a bit more like Modern Warfare 2019, if we're honest, where people of any kind of FPS ability can probably enjoy it a bit more. I'm worried about Warzone if they add all the stuff from Black Ops 7. I can't see myself liking it. I'm worried about Warzone because I don't think they're going to do anything much at all, if I'm honest. I'm worried about Warzone because I don't think it's going to get a new big map. I view Warzone as a borderline dead product at this point. Like, I'm sure they've still got fairly healthy-ish player numbers, but I think they've only got those numbers because people don't really have an alternative. I think once those alternatives start coming out, Battlefield, Arc Raiders, I think that player base is going to be borderline non-existent. If the Battlefield BR is, in fact, October 28th, and it drops before not only Black Ops 7, but also Black Ops 7's Warzone integration, which probably won't be till December. I think it's done. Like, I think it's finished. I was streaming Dying Like the Beast last week, Adam, on YouTube, but the VOD content from its members only. I had good fun with Dying Like the Beast. It was a good game. It was actually one of my surprise single-player games of the year, I think. Like, I actually had a really good time with it. Is there any server problems? Can't join a match? Well, I'm back on the Warzone grind, sort of. I mean, I'm streaming Warzone today. Tomorrow I'm off to Paris for the Valerant Champs. I am bringing my MacBook, my PlayStation 5, and a capture card so that I can stream the Black Ops beta whilst I'm in Paris. I'm also speaking to, like, an esports org in Paris to see if I can use one of their, like, desks and just sort of use that instead of having to, like, bring a setup with me. So you will get Black Ops 7 beta streams. It will just be from a hotel room in Paris. But that'll be fun. No, it'd be cool. I'm actually really looking forward to it. Andrew Wu, one of the guys in the Valorant scene who I'm a big fan of, is going to be there. Ari, who played Battlefield 6 with us, who was in LA, and we've also done some Valorant stuff with her. She's going to be there, so that'll be fun. That's a good crowd. Looks like a good crowd going. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I was planning on going to Val Champs because I'm a big Fnatic fan. And like, obviously, I don't know if any of you watch it, but it was cinema. It was absolute cinema. I think it was Darkstar, Jake, who got you. You'll know it to me. So yeah, we'll be at Valorant Champs this week, watching the finals, the upper final, all of that jazz, which I'm very much looking forward to. Like, it's gonna be pretty sick. Comp Valorant is a good watch. I would highly recommend it. Wear a beret for those streams and become a tactical croissant. I mean, I'm working on it. Hey, if you've got any good suggestions for restaurants or anything, LG, shout me, man. Let me know. I'm not trying to get tourist trapped. Or predominantly survive off of pastries and coffees. Just croissants? I mean, the way this is going, we might have to load up the, you know, let's do a Wordle. Do a Wordle. Oh, do you know what I did go and see? I saw the Demon Slayer movie. I don't know if any of you guys are weebs. I'm hearing some funny business that the UK is getting some low temperatures soon. I don't like the sound of that. Right, let's start with... I'm gonna go with great. I don't know why. I just... Wow! That's about as large an L as you can take for a first word. Nice one, LG. I appreciate it, bro. Lobby not found. That's new. Right, well that gets rid of a couple of things. It's cold in France at the moment. Yeah, I haven't really packed, I'll be honest with you. I've packed the tech. The tech is packed except for this microphone. The MacBook's packed. The PlayStation 5 is packed. Yeah, I'm ready to stream from this hotel room. Listen, don't you worry, fellas. We won't be missing out on any Black Ops 7 streams, all right? Trying to think what would work here. Huh. Pack some winter clothes. Okay, long sleeves recommended. Balautro stream when? That's a great question. Do you know what? We should actually run up Balautro, like, in between rounds on Steam. That would actually be genius. No. I was going to go slight, but that's not going to be it. Gosh, this is really tricky because there's no G. I mean, it's definitely an I. Ooh. Because there's no E and there's no A. Rutters, good to see you. There's no E and there's no A. So... I'm gonna change... Oh, god damn it, dude. Bastards. I got an email from Wembley Hospitality. God damn it, dude. Are you bannering? I got an email from Wembley Hospitality about the Jags-Rams game. And, like, it went to my business email, so I assumed it was like a, oh, do you want to come? And it's actually like a, do you want to pay to go? And I was like, fuck. One day I'll be relevant enough. Oh, fuck me sideways. Lads. It can't be climb because the L and the I are in the wrong place. So it's going to be C something something. It's going to end with an IL, I think. I like civil. Oh, I've got a funny ass clip. I can't post this on I gotta show you guys this. I can't post this on YouTube because I don't think YouTube would like it.
Sometimes.
Can you guys hear this? Hold up.
Sometimes.
This is honestly one of the funniest clips.
Sometimes in the life you need to be a little bit of Saddam Hussein and you need to push with,
Can you please deep what this man said?
Sometimes in the life you need to be a little bit of Saddam Hussein and you need to push with,
Sometimes in the life you need to be a little bit of Saddam Hussein. Oh dear. Oh man, that really tickled me. Oh man. Sometimes in the life you need to be a little bit more. I need to put that on the soundboard, you're right. That needs to go on the soundboard. Sometimes in the life. I don't want to ruin all of the shorts I've got uploaded, but I think you guys will like this.
By the way, that was a great idea, guys. That was a great idea.
Oh! It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Oh!
No! Sometimes in life, you need to be a little Saddam Hussein. Every time I watch it, I think it's funnier and funnier, bro. It's just the way he says it as well. Oh, I do want to show you guys something.
For the drama, dog.
That's got copyright music in it, so that's hopefully not going to kill me, but we'll find out. Hold on, what is that outputting to? Let me turn off my master. I'm not going to show you that one, because it's too good. I don't want to ruin it. It's too good, and I don't want to ruin it. I will show you a different one, though. So we are working on some of the custom alerts. These are work in progress. I'm going to give you guys a preview, because I feel you deserve a preview, alright? This isn't final. It could change. Don't get too excited. Alright? Alright? And that's all I'll show you of it. Sometimes, in the life, you need to be a little bit of, Saddam Hussein. I can't play it again, bro.
Sometimes, in the life, you need to be a little bit of Saddam Hussein, and you need to push.
Oh, God. It just doesn't get better than that. Look, listen, I know you guys probably think I've just been sat at home being hella unemployed. But in reality, I've been preparing for October. Alright? I've got a lot in preparation for October. Alright? And sometimes in the life... Oh god, I'm never finding a solo game. What's going on? Fellas, am I cooked? I'm gonna have to do a casual. There's no way. Sometimes in the life... What is the queue? Bro, I don't know. Game's gone. Sometimes, in the life, you need to be a little Saddam Hussein. Sometimes in the life. It's just so funny. Like, there's just, look. There's just no, it's just funny. There's no avoiding it. I wasn't invited to COD next, no. I've said it a couple of times. I think, my overarching complaints about the game being dog shit and also being stream sniped has made it quite tricky to do anything productive with Activision. Because all they get from me is complaining. Which, you know, might be resolved by the, like, them just fixing those things, but that would be the simple answer.
Changing mags.
Enemy soldier incoming. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Oh dear. Just remember, guys, sometimes in the life, you need to be a little bit,
Battle Royale.
oh dear. I think that's a great way of describing it. How's everybody else doing, though? How are we all doing? It's nice to be back live on something a bit more familiar, I guess. I mean, I'll tell you what, though. I did really enjoy Dying Light. It would make my list of games that I think I like this year.
Scavenger contract here.
Is the 5090 in? Oh, yes, the 5090 is in. We are 9800 X3D'd and 5090'd up to the 9s at the minute. And that's lovely. I'm getting, like, 800 frames in Valorant as well, which, considering I now have a 480Hz monitor, life's pretty good. You know, like, you know, I ain't gonna complain. Alright? And remember, sometimes in the life, you need to be a little,
You're clear to engage all hostiles. Supply box is located. Move to secure.
Just remember that sometimes in the life, you need to be a little, Skate has been a surprise for you? Yeah, I know it's gotten some pretty rough reviews from some people, but like... I actually quite liked it. I mean, maybe there's something wrong. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed about Hall of Meat. Look, that I can get behind, alright? Hall of Meat should be in Skate.
I'm reloading.
But... sometimes in the life...
One supply box down. 2 remain.
Reloading.
Supply boxes.
You know, sometimes in the life, you need to be a little, You know, it's funny, I said on stream the other day, I said on stream, actually, wait, no, I feel like I'm self-snitching if I say this, I don't know. I said on stream the other day, I was like, we were playing Valorant, I was listening to a Bad Bunny song, and I said, every toxic woman I've met in my life likes Bad Bunny. I've had like 3 DMs this morning because he's headlining the Super Bowl. Like, people ask me, like, oh my god, have you seen this? I'm like, yes, I've seen it. Like, sometimes in the life, you need to be a little,
Losing ground. Moving.
That was a funny correlation.
All supply boxes secure. Contract complete.
So sometimes in the life, that's gonna be in my head all week now. I'm gonna be a Valerant Champs sat there watching Fnatic and being like, sometimes in the life, I'm gonna walk up to Boaster. I'm gonna walk up to Boaster and be like, sometimes in the life, you need to be a little Saddam Hussein and push.
Watching recon flyover.
And he'll look at me like, what the fuck are you?
I'm reloading.
Oh, God.
Standing by.
Remember, guys.
Priority tasking request received.
Oh, we just it was a good meme booked on Law. I ran into somebody who in Valorant we were playing Valorant, right? We were winning. I think we were winning like 9-6, and he just said, "Sometimes in the life, you need to be a little Saddam Hussein and just push." He did follow up with something quite outrageous, and thankfully I did delete that from the video, but...
Targets identified. 23.
It's gotta be the worst thing about playing Valorant sometimes. Like, you run into these guys in voice comms who are, like, really funny, and you think, oh, wow, this is great. And then they'll say something just absolutely horrific, and you have to mute them.
Reloading.
Priority tasking request received. UAV exiting AO.
Toxic is in right now, go nuts. I don't have time for any more. I'm too old. I'm 27 now. My days of chatting shit on the internet are firmly still underway now.
Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated.
If I'm ever at like a bungee jump or a skydive or something, and I'm a little on the fence about it, I'll have a little think to myself and I'll say to myself, do you know what, sometimes in the life, you need to be a little dumb and just push.
UAV available for tasking.
Yippee! Do you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go to the gym, and after I go to the gym... Actually, before I go to the gym, I'm going to go get myself a nice little coffee. Like a good boy. It's weird, we've got this little coffee shop not too far from where I live. And like, I mean, I'm absolutely blessed with it, really, because they truly actually just make really good coffee. And in this day and age, my god, is that a rarity. It's one of them sort of like flavorful, muddy kinds of cups of coffee, and I'm just like, damn, this is the shit.
UAV is bingo fuel. Returning to base.
Sometimes in the life, you need to just be a little... and push. I live in London.
Friendly loadout shots on the way.
London, innit? The least safe city in the world, if you believe what you read online. I always find that funny. Everybody's like to me, man, London's such a dangerous city. I'm like, bro, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've lived here for 27... Well, I've been alive for 27 years. I've been nearly robbed in London once. And in... Actually, I don't know if this counts as me confessing to a crime, but somebody tried to rob me and I robbed him instead. I mean, does it count as a crime if you're leveling out, you know, the karma? I don't think so. Well, like, he was a little bit shorter than me, and he came up to me and sort of said, like, what have you got for me? And, like, he sort of was reaching into his back pocket pretending that he had something, but I just walked behind him before, so I knew there was nothing in his back pocket. So I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Like, I literally just punched it. I just threw a bang, bro. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean, what have you got for me?
Gas is closing in.
And like, much like most random stick-up merchants, bro crumbled instantly. I don't know why, it made me quite irrationally angry as well, so I asked him, what have you got for me? But I said, what have you got for me? pulled out like 4 or 5 phones that he'd clearly robbed from other people, which I turned into the police. And he pulled out his own wallet, and, you know, I took a bit of a bounty from it. I think would be the polite way of describing it. Extra loading? Why not? I mean, sometimes in the life, you need to be a little, and push. Hello, sniper. Goodbye, sniper.
I'm reloading.
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
What the fuck was that? He was dealing damage to me before I even rounded the corner on his screen. That's crazy. That's crazy. On his screen, he was shooting me before I even saw him. On my screen, I fired first.
Almost your turn, soldier. Stand by.
Wild. Were I ever a fan of PUBG? I liked PUBG back in the day, yeah. Well, I think everybody had a bit of a PUBG moment, right? I will be honest with you, I like redeployment mechanics within a BR. PUBG's quite unforgiving in that metric. But then, networks happened. Waiting for Arc Raiders at the moment? Yeah, me too. Me too. Who isn't waiting for Arc Raiders, man?
We lost that one.
Oh!
W next time.
Do you know what's insane? That guy fired a bullet clean past my face, and I didn't even see any of it. Like I didn't get any visual feedback that I've been shot at. I think we're all waiting for Arc Raiders, to be fair. I think it's going to be a banging little game. What game are you guys looking forward to the most? I mean, for me, obviously, it's kind of straightforward, you know, Battlefield, Arc. Struggle with third-party PvP. How's solo still not buyback solo? Game's gone. Game's gone. I think it's time for a crossword. You know what I mean? Right. Rev up that Bugatti, bro. Turn off all these advertisements. Disgusting. Right. One across. Spontaneous and unscripted. This is why we're really here. All right, this is why we're really here, folks. Wow, I'm actually loading into a game. Spontaneous and unscripted. Distant. Like skyscrapers and men's ties, according to some. Goodness gracious. I should voice this. Maybe maybe they need to get me on countdown, you know? British World War II machine gun. Isn't that the Bren? Oh, I lost the shot. Lost the plot. I feel like it's a Bren. Distant equals Activision. Nice one, guys. I'm glad like 3 of you in 2 separate chats managed to come up with the same answer to
Check
that.
your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly.
An Apple type. Grannies. Just hunting grannies on a Thursday afternoon. We'll get there, we'll get there. Maybe I need to snipe. I mean, it is solos. Alright, let's hit with a prime time yippee, guys. We got this. Just hunting grannies on a Thursday off. I really love the sound of the compact. Like the suppressed compact just sounds cool. Do you know what I mean? Alright. Let's lock in. Let's try and get a win.
Battle Royale. Keep clear of the gas.
Scavenger contract here.
Location. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy UAV overhead.
Yippee!
Reloading.
Supply box secured. Move to the next one.
Supply box secured. Right. What a morning for it, fellas. No caffeine, no raise. Game's gone.
One supply box remaining. Move to secure.
There's that guy again. I mean, I'm not really worried about it. It doesn't seem very good. I also just don't care that much anymore. I've reached a point of what I would call general indifference. What do you think about the Battlefield 6 BR? I'm looking forward to it. I think they need to stick the landing quite well, because I think most of their... I suppose it's kind of difficult to contextualize, but most of the competition for Battlefield's BR has kind of been around for a couple of years now. And they're quite refined products at this point. Whereas Battlefield's kind of coming into it a bit blind. How have I managed to get that bug out twice? I suppose I might as well just get my attachment on my side. Battlefield's kind of coming into it brand new, and like, for me personally, like, they need to stick the landing just because if the game isn't that good, they are up against ultimately much more developed competition that has had more time to understand the things it needs to do right and wrong. That guy's gone. But I think the current, like, state of BRs is generally so bad that, like, even if it's, like, a straight 6 out of 10, most people will probably still play it.
Changing mags.
I think they've been afforded the luxury of having a bad window with not a lot of competition. Like, if a new BR comes out and it's good, I think it takes up a lot of the player space generally at the moment, just because PUBG and Warzone have kind of lost their popularity, Apex has sort of died. So, like, they're operating in a good window and a good space. The better they release as a product, the better the final... Like, the better the impact, really. Like, if they release with a good sort of solid 7 or 8 out of 10 as a game, like, it's not perfect, but, like, there's lots of potential and it's fun, like, then they probably take most of Warzone's player base overnight. Realistically. Like, Warzone probably dies if Battlefield sticks its landing. Because I think people are just generally that tired of Warzone at this point. I hope it's good. I mean, honestly, I hope we hear some stuff about Warzone at COD next. I'm not very hopeful that will actually be the case, but I hope we do. Kind of feels like Warzone's maybe going to get left in the dark a little bit this year. I mean, if the rumors are true and we're getting, you know, a Liberty Falls, something or another.
Back for more. Tossing smoke grenade. Target area marked. You're clear, COD.
This is Longbow 3-1. Target acquired. Strike inbound.
The MP for Battlefield was quite chaotic. I think you'll like the bigger maps.
No hit. Go again.
I mean, obviously, I've played those bigger maps now, and I think they were quite more chill, even though we were in a sweaty content creator lobby. That guy just got pieced, by the way. I don't know how much Warzone can really improve, though, whilst it's supporting old gen. Like, so long as it's on,
I'm reloading.
like, so long as it's on PS4 and Xbox. Like, I don't know how... I don't know how much more they can really do with the game, because they're quite limited in terms of hardware at this point. Like, I don't envy the devs, bro. I mean, like, imagine trying to develop something for a PlayStation 4. It's over a decade old at this point. This guy's gonna hold it. Come on, buddy.
Molotov, watch out.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. That was a really good molly from that guy. Like, he actually nearly stuck me with it.
Friendly loadout drops on the way. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Oh! Just got rinsed, bro. Didn't even hear that guy running around in the building, though. I suspected it. Ooh. Hey, look, I've never played any COD. Actually, that's a lie. I have played COD with footballers before. Got to play Modern Warfare 2 against the England goalkeeper. I forget his name. I don't know why I forgot. It was Jordan Pickford. That was good. Steve Aoki's really into his Warzone as well. He loves it. Can't get enough of it. Oh, that sucks. Well, fellas, I'm probably burned.
Like nothing happened.
Oh no.
Strike standing by.
There's a will, there's a way.
Gas is moving.
I mean, having a big map on rotation would be sick, man. Like, honestly, if they give us Avalon, I will play Warzone this winter, 100%. If they don't give us Avalon, it's kind of a GG, bro. Like,
Enemy UAV is online.
if we don't get a big map experience this year in Warzone, or like a heavily modified version of Verdansk, it's like, oh, it's just dead in it. Well, the Black Ops 7 stuff will be fun.
I'm reloading.
I hope Firestorm 2.0 cooks up and forces other BRs to step up a bit. I hope so too. I think Destruction will be very unique. I think Destruction is a very unique element that shouldn't be underestimated.
Reloading.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh, there'll be Bloom in the Battlefield BR. I mean, there's Bloom in multiplayer. They're not going to change the shooting mechanics of one and not the other. But to be honest with you, like I say, the Bloom in Battlefield isn't bad because it's predictable and it's controllable. Like, it's just burst firing over range. And that's always been the case since Battlefield 4.
Incoming!
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Setting mine! Take cover! Hostile incoming!
What a game.
Hard that time. Dust yourself off, regroup, and get back out there. Reloading.
The fact that that kills you in solos is generationally impressive. But you missed that guy. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, buddy. I don't mind it too much personally. Oh, speak to the devil. I don't mind Bloom too much personally, and I don't mind it just because, like, I think COD suffers this sort of inherent issue where, like, everything is super OP over range, and not having that is quite beneficial. What am I up? I mean, to be fair, he fired it at like a spring mine, so I guess that's probably why. Anything you're mildly curious about for COD next? Not really. Like Warzone, sort of. Like I feel like I know what Black Ops 7 is, right? Like it's Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 kind of having a baby. And on that front, like I actually am looking forward to that. Like I think the multiplayer could be quite good. I'm sure zombies will probably be really solid as well this year. So, you know, on that front, I'm not too fussed. A cult Londoner, anagram for running wild. Interesting. It leaves people sharply divided. Sharply divided. So, like, you know, I'm curious to see what's happening with Warzone. I get the sense that Warzone is getting smoked a bit this year. But like I said, I don't mind spreading Battlefield because I like the way they handle it, because it actually makes guns feel like they have specific engagement ranges and feel quite unique in those ranges. And it's very counterable by not strafing heavily and bursting over range. 14 across is sensor. Yeah, that's probably right. Like Doug Sensor Martin. It's... I don't know what the hell a stool pigeon is. 12 down, get into a muddle. Do you know, this is exposing how unprepared my brain is for the day. A law, yeah, I like that. That makes sense. A large group of people moving together. Would this be mosh? Okay, if that's a kerfuffle, like, if that's a kerfuffle, I think one of you deserves to be banned. I like polarization for that. That's smart. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Fine work, fellas. Fine work. We're getting the brain moving today, all right?
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
We're getting the brain functioning, all right? We be doing English, 100%.
Changing mags.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Prep
Taking
time's
fire.
over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Right. Let's get down to business, shall we? Who, what, where, why, how, when? Gosh, it might be second espresso time.
Battle Royale.
We'll get there. We'll get back to the crossword. Don't you worry, fellas. All right. Look, I know why you're really here. All right, and it's obviously for my dashing looks and charm.
That's moving in. Speak to the safe zone.
Scavenger pod. Cancel my last.
Not really, Tiago. There's not really an end game. That would probably be angling towards too much Call of Duty.
You're clear to engage all hostiles. Secure the supply boxes. Locations are marked on your tag map. Be advised, an enemy squad is tracking your location. Enemy UAV is online.
Right, 2 already. Love that for me. You're here for the crossword? I hear it. I hear it. Really, I'm just a backup dancer at this point. You know, I'm aware of it. Reduce our IQ and COD and then balance out. Yeah. That sounds about right. Try 2 again.
Supply box secured. 2 to go. Supply box is down. 1 to go.
Can you just adjust the screen so the crossword is the majority?
I'm reloading.
Probably.
Stun incoming. Changing mags.
Brilliant.
Back for more.
Love being sniped from 2 directions.
Got gas moving in. Hostile UAV in the area.
Taking fire.
The enemy is no longer tracking you. You lost them.
I'm reloading. Back out. Reloading.
I feel like I'm toying with my food here. Oh god.
C4, get back.
Supply cache locations are offline. Contract compromised.
Oh my god. 4 playing the staircase, bro.
Gulag is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment.
Just watching like some dude. Basically, the dude in the black coat is apparently like some weird unemployed geezer who like stream snipes a couple people, and he just got fucking smoked. Oh god, that was funny. That was really funny. That tickled me. I needed that.
Torna in campo. Chi perde.
Oh. That really tickled me.
It's fight time. Be ready. You're next.
Yeah, I hear it, Big G. I get where you're at. I'm looking forward to Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders this year, man. It's gonna be fun.
Finito, soldato. Earn redeployment or die trying. Enemy eliminated.
Sorry, buddy.
Changing mags. On my way back.
I mean, this is probably stupid and probably will get me killed, but... land on it and see what happens? Yeah, why not? Where's Westian stopping lately? I think we're all just kind of enjoying our last bits of freedom, if I'm honest. I mean, Westie's at COD next at the minute. I think we're all just enjoying the calm before the storm, because once Battlefield swings around, and obviously, as you guys can imagine, there are plenty of things that I cannot talk about. We are busy. Off stream, I've been very busy. On stream, well, you know, we did Dying Light, but, you know, on stream's been the easy part. Off stream, I've been very busy. And obviously, once October 10th hits, you know, it's gonna be a spicy time.
Taking fire.
Gas is closing in.
It could be a generational year. It could be a generation. I mean, even if Black Ops 7's half decent, right? You know, Battlefield 6 is looking nice. Arc Raiders is looking nice. If Black Ops 7 is, like, even just okay, like, we're in for a pretty good year. Like, if the zombies is good, then we're in for a great year. Just across the board. I am indeed going to the Rams and Jags game at Wembley, so if you see me in a very... I've got the classic Jags throwback uniform. I've got a Trevor Lawrence jersey. I'll be rocking that. You'll see me in teal blue. Feeling passionate about the best defense in the league right now. Listen, I've explained this to people every single year, right? If the Jags do good, Chelsea is shit. If Chelsea do good, the Jags are shit. I have never had a year where both of them have been good. It's never going to happen. I promise you, it's never going to happen. I assure you that that is something that will never occur for me. I will never have a year where both of my sports teams are good teams. Yeah, I try and do a little single player. Do you know, to be honest with you, I don't really game recreationally, but I try to do a little single player game every once in a while. Dying Light was a nice surprise. I really enjoyed the Dying Light the Beast. Like, I think that was a lot of fun. But, like, I tried to do one of those sort of, like, around Christmas or whatever. Just to sort of generally get a feel for it. Silent Hill F? Yeah, I actually have a code for that. I haven't redeemed it yet, though. I mean, to be honest with you, like, I'm at Valerant Champs this week. We'll stream some of the Black Ops 7 beta. And then, like, next week's Battlefield anyway, so... next week, my life's over anyway, so GG. So we'll enjoy this week for whatever it is, because I gotta tell you, after this... after this, I mean, you'll all know exactly what I'll be doing. I mean, this might be the first year for COD where I miss a Halloween event. Because if they do a Halloween event and it's a good one, that would be cool. Especially if it's like a Haunting of Verdansk kind of vibes. But at the same time, Battlefield, isn't it? You know, if the rumors are true and Battlefield is out on... Well, Battlefield is out on the 10th, but if the rumors are true and the BR's on the 28th, yeah, man. Lock me up and throw away the keys. It's so Jova. The alleged date is October 28th.
UAV is active.
Reloading. Like nothing happened.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Top 7 could come with a blowjob from Margot Robbie, and I'm still not buying it. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. That's crazy comms. If the Battlefield 6 BR does tourneys, yeah, I'll definitely be playing them. I mean, there's 2 people in my building at the minute, so... That's fun. Just like there should be 2 likes on the stream every 1 second. Otherwise, I think I cry. I'm not playing too terribly for somebody who hasn't played for like well over a week. What internet have I got? Fast would be the answer. I mean, this really isn't the best building to be in.
Taking fire. Reloading.
I'm pretty sure the Battlefield BR will be free. I'd be surprised if it isn't.
Enemy UAV overhead. Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Rounds out.
Got contact.
Target grid empty. soldier incoming. Gas is inbound.
I was about to say, it's one of those situations where either nobody's up here and I'm an absolute genius, or like 10 people are up here and I'm doomed. It kind of depends. I mean, having a better router to some extent will help you, but for the most part, it's more to do with how your ISP routes traffic directly to your local junction, how that's all routed. Like, I'm lucky because my ISP is in London and I'm in London and most servers are in London, so my ping can get as low down as like 2. This is probably an Amsterdam server if I was to guess.
Got their helo.
Glad we handled that, because that could have been a problem. It's only 11 people alive, dude. I mean, it's not it's really not a massive circle either. Probably one in the bunker over there to my right. Probably someone over that way. It's going to be probably 3 or 4 in that block, and then there's going to be someone scuttled away behind me here.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. No more fighting in the gulag.
And that man's mortared something.
I'm reloading.
Win this thing. Loadout drop headed your way.
I mean, 17 ping's still pretty good ping. Like, anything really sub 30, 40 is perfectly fine. Obviously, the lower the better, but like I say, it depends on how it's being routed to the servers, you know?
Enemy airstrike in the area. Gas is moving. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm overdoing it, really, because I don't really need to be aggressive. These guys are going to have to fight each other anyway. I mean, I'm glad to see it over, Della. Like, I think... I mean, Christ, I know whenever I've cropped up in one of those guys' videos because my comment section just becomes a cesspool of people who can't read for about a week. Or write, for that matter. Like I say, he probably got sued, realistically, is what probably happened. Somebody made a legal request to YouTube. YouTube had to comply. YouTube handed someone his personal information, and probably someone said, "We're suing you for defamation."
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
And I imagine that is exactly why that's come about the way it's come about. And I did say it was going to happen eventually. It's like any of those weird little, like, hacker hunter channels. Eventually, somebody just gets annoyed enough or frustrated enough with it that they will just sue them. Like, let's say you're a big streamer like a Joe or something. You can say, okay, well, here's multiple videos attacking my character and potentially my brand, which could cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in brand deals. I want 50 grand minimum. And most cases of defamation are pretty clear cut. Like, at least in the UK, for example, you actually have to prove that what you've said is true. So, like, if I say, oh, yeah, so-and-so is X, I actually legally in court have to prove that that is the case. God.
Take cover.
You're in the
Back
top
on my
side.
feet.
Bring home
I'm
the
good.
win.
That's generational.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Foder pack.
Oh!
Three, don't let up now. Only 5 remain. You were close.
Oh, I got shit. Well,
You've got gas moving in.
will he get banned? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. Will he get banned?
You're in the last 2. Now finish this.
This is hilarious, bro. People who have hacks always end up sucking
Gas
so
is closing
much.
in. Relocating safe zone.
Like, what am I watching?
Gas is inbound.
Terrible stuff. Terrible, terrible stuff. Good to see you, Graham. Hope you're doing well. Right. Do you know what, fellas? What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go grab a little espresso whilst I've got the opportunity to. BRB. And I'll even tab up the crossword for you guys to figure stuff out whilst I'm away. You bastards better have resolved some of this. Fellas, if I don't see words upon words right now, I'll be livid. Excellent work, Reflex. Excellent work. I'm proud of you specifically.
We're heading to the war zone. Get geared up and stand by.
Oh! Right. Here's a fun one. Because I had a rant about it on social media. And then it fixed itself. So I got AirPod Pro 3s, right? I was really disappointed with them. Because they sounded really terrible and I didn't know why. And like, hypothetically... This is a saga I gotta tell you a lot about. Hypothetically, they've got a very similar audio to the Sonys I already had. Which had finally broke, the Sony WF in-ears.
All stations, green light.
So I bought the AirPods, and they were just terrible. I get an email from somebody at Apple, because I returned them, saying, oh, we're really sorry, this is actually a software update. So like something wrong in software that like was balked. They don't sound like that. So they sent me a new pair, which... And I gotta tell you, they actually do sound great. So it was just a software issue. It was perfectly fine. They sound pretty much identical, I'd say, to the Sonys.
Battle Royale.
And will be extremely convenient to connecting to my Mac when I'm on the train to Paris.
Just you hightail it out of there.
So yeah, for those of you who are curious about that, it was in fact a software bug. That has since been resolved. The personalized audio stuff was pretty good. I was expecting it not to be that great, but... yeah, they sound pretty similar to the Sonys. I'd say they've got a very similar audio profile to them. No EQ, but personalized audio kind of does the same thing, I would say. But I will say that in terms of practicality, they are better than the Sonys in terms of the like, the one thing I really disliked about the Sonys, and something that didn't quite gel with me, was transparency mode. Like, trying to use transparency mode on the Sonys just sometimes just straight up wouldn't work. It works really well on the AirPods, I will give them credit for that. Like, just when you start speaking, it knows you're speaking, and it knows that when that sentence is over, to gradually increase the audio again, so that it's not like, if somebody says something, you're not going to hear it. So I got a new pair for free? No, so I returned it. They sent me a new pair, saying that there was a software problem. And I did get the refund. Although, ironically, I've been sent a duplicate. So I do have like an extra... I have 2 pairs of AirPod Pros now, even though I only paid for 1. So... I mean, I sent them an email, because like I just don't care. I literally said like, oh, by the way, you've sent me 2. And in my experience, I think I'm gotten quite lucky, because in my experience, most companies are not bothered to reclaim stock that they've accidentally... I once got sent 9 SSDs from Amazon. 9 SSDs. And they just said it's not worth our time to go and pick those up. And this was an M.2, like £150 SSD, and they sent me 9 of them by accident. I was like, I remember ordering it. I was like, why have I got this gigantic box for a single SSD? And that's because it wasn't a single SSD. It was 9 singular SSDs. So if I'm lucky, I bagged a free pair of AirPods. But we'll see. But no, they are good quality earbuds. I am very specific about my audio. Like, I am arguably overly specific about my audio. Like, I really... If audio's bad, it stands out to me very quickly. Like, I'm specific about what earbuds I use, I'm specific about what IEMs I use, I'm specific about what DACs I use, like... It's a very specific thing for me where, like, if something is wrong, I'll, like... Do you know what really bugged me? They sent us B-roll for Battlefield Portal, and somebody who recorded the B-roll must have selected, like, 96 kilobits or some shit. Like, it was literally the most compressed, mushy-sounding audio I've ever heard in my life, and editing it actually hurt my soul. Like, I actually tried to fix it in post, like...
Gas is closing in.
Reloading.
Love an invisible. That guy must be cheating. Oh, it's the same guy. Yeah. He must be cheating. There's no way.
Gulag is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment. Now the fight.
Hey, that is your name. See?
Almost your turn, soldier. Stand by. Success means redeployment. Failure means elimination.
Oh, I'll tell you something really funny, actually. I was out for drinks on Saturday. And, like, I was explaining to the person who I was with, that, like, every once in a while, like, I get noticed that in public. Like, every once in a while, somebody will come up to me in public and be like, oh, you're that guy. And it's really sweet. I love it when people do it. It's always a little bit awkward, and I always feel a little bit awkward because I feel like I don't really know what to say, other than thank you. I'm not even kidding, like, you know, they asked me, like, oh, you know, does it happen often? Like, just kind of taking the piss a little bit, like, oh, you know, like, I'm some self-important twat. And it happened at the bar I was in. Dude, it was like some guy came up to me and he was like, sorry, have I seen you before? Like, you have like you just look really familiar. And I was like, oh God. I was like... I just said, like, oh, I work online. Because, like, if he put 2 and 2 together, like, and he said, oh, you're that YouTuber, I would have been like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you. But I just sort of, like, avoided it a little bit. I got Matt Laugh in my lobby as well, nice. Wait, I know that forehead. I mean, pretty accurate. That's actually a very accurate statement. If any of you are in Paris at the Val Champs, say hi. I'll be there. I'm actually really looking forward to it. I was a bit stressed out about it this week because obviously we got the Black Ops 7 beta and I've got to do some stuff for that. Stream snipers in real life. Something like that. The stream snipers in real life are nice people. The stream snipers I get online are terrible. Everybody I've met in real life who's sort of come up and said hello to me has always been really lovely. Like, I've never really had a weird incident. I did have one guy who was a bit too, like, handsy, but not in, like, a weird sexual deviant sort of way, but in, like, a clearly pissed drunk and a bit too huggy kind of way. Bro's about to hand you a pint. I very rarely accept drinks in public. Very rarely. And it's not to do with being a content creator, because trust me, if you wanted to try and slip something in my drink, good luck carrying me home. All right, but more because I've been spiked once. Like I've been spiked once before. But enough about Stoddy. That's crazy. I've been spiked once before at a festival and it was not fun. awful. So I just don't accept drinks in public unless I know who I'm with.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Ooh.
New safe zone located. Only a mine.
That guy's also cheating. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm like fairly confident that's center lock. Shall we spectate and see how it goes? Go on, let's have a little spectating round. I'm pretty sure he is. Pretty sure of it. I'll never forget, I was at like I was at Wireless watching J. Cole. And I remember just seeing like my vision like occasionally pan in and out, and I was like, oh, that's not right. Went to a medical tent, swabbed my mouth, came up a very bright color, and I was like, damn, I done got.
Good as new.
I'm pretty sure this guy's cheating. So inevitably, this guy's going to run into the miracle guy who is cheating. So we could have a cheater versus cheater off.
Requesting recon flyover.
No, it wasn't that, Lewis. It was his re-challenge on me, where he essentially snapped straight to my chest. I'm like pretty confident he's not normal. He'll struggle with players in vehicles. Unless they drive into him. Wish someone would spike me. That shit's expensive. That's crazy.
Watch out.
That's crazy work. That's outrageous comms from you. Sometimes in the life... Sometimes in the life you have to be a little Saddam Hussein.
Got contact.
Oh, properly grim, Graham. I mean, this guy's just been absolutely deleted. He's been deleted by like a fresh account. That's funny. Right, let's get back to the crossword, right? Let's get back to the important thing. I'll leave Matt Laugh to suffer with the cheers. Namely that miracle guy. Like skyscrapers and men's ties, according to some. A defense lawyer's job. To not get me thrown in prison? I mean, you know. Having them means you've got problems. God damn. You know what? There's a Jay-Z lyric that addresses this really well. No, I got a 99 prop. No, I'm joking. I'm glad I have an older audience. They'll understand the reference. An acquittal. Very good. Very good. I like that. Let's get well in some. Large group of people moving together. A large group of people Moving together, ending in an E. Day 365 saying Informer for 1 down. We can put Informer. I'm sorry. My memory's short. My memory's like Jaff's height. No, I'm joking. Okay. Just again, I'm catching strays for no reason. 21 across. Unknown quantity person. 4-letter word and a 5-letter word. Ah, horde. Very good. Very good. Wait, no. Can't be, because it's polarization. A Pippin apple type. I can work with that. Like skyscrapers and men's ties, according to some. I mean, the only word that would probably fit there ending in a C is phallic, but I don't really know how that would be the answer. Like, I've never looked at a skyscraper and gone, that's a massive cock. Like, there's just, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you lot, but I don't look at the you know, I don't look at buildings and go, you know what? That's big, that. A dark horse. I like that. We're getting there. A drove. I like a drove. Yep, that works. Helps if I can spell. Good, good, good. Good.
Check your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly.
I mean, in London, we have some weird-looking buildings. We had a building that melted people for a bit. Well, not people, but vehicles. But you get the idea. It was the walkie-talkie. The curvature of the glass. Let me see if I can find it, actually, quickly, before we start. I always have to do an incognito, so I don't want to...
Playtime's over. Stand by for...
Yeah, there was a skyscraper in London.
There
you go. Been blamed for reflecting light which melted parts of a car parked on a nearby street. So, if you haven't seen the walkie-talkie, it's basically a very strange bit. Well, it's a sky garden, essentially, but it's a very strangely shaped building in the grand scheme of things. It's kind of, it looks like the top of a walkie-talkie, hence the name. Like a, you know, like a radio, a handheld radio kind of vibe. The inside of it's great. It's got a little sky garden. But it was attributed for melting buildings for a little while and other vehicles. That's very phallic. If that's your version of phallic, you should go and see a doctor. Turn the sun into a laser, essentially, yeah. My sister works in the walkie-talkie building. Well, just tell her not to melt any vehicles or buildings.
Targets are up. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
turns the sun into a laser. Essentially, I mean, you know, you gotta respect it, because the architects basically said, do you know what, bro, skill issue, park your car elsewhere.
One supply box down. 2 remain.
Changing mags.
It's a natural deterrent for BMW drivers and shit parking. Yeah, I think that would work, actually. It's not the Beamer drivers you need to worry about in London, though. It's the Merc drivers and the Audi drivers in London. Good God. Actually, anybody who drives in London, everybody in London who drives is an arsehole. Like, I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, you will spend, like, 20 seconds at any stoplight waiting for the person in front of you to realize the light's gone green because they were on their...
Enemy UAV is
on their phone. Like, that's just standard.
Precision airstrike available. 2 supply boxes down. 1 to go.
Like, I know we've got some of those militant cyclist guys who record drivers doing stupid shit, and it seems to piss off a lot of people. But honestly, at this point, I think we need it. I mean, the average driver in London is a total twat. Like, there is simply no avoiding it.
Buy station right here.
Oh, the e-bikes are pretty bad too. I mean, most of them aren't too bad. They just sort of stay in their cycling lanes and do their silly little things. Every once in a while, you'll get a guy who's just on like a line bike, just on his phone, on the line bike, swerving left and right. More surveillance, please. I've always said, and this is a firm belief that I hold, right? I personally believe, and I know this is a very controversial opinion, that security cameras and witness footage should be able to retroactively apply penalties to people's licenses. Like, if I catch somebody in London doing something stupid and I send in video that clearly shows that person doing something stupid, they should get points on their license. Because it would fix a lot of the terrible driving really quickly. Am I squatted for October 10th? I haven't even thought about it yet, Gar. I assume probably we're going to have quite a few squads on the go in the nuke cord. So we'll see. Apparently it's a 4 PM release time on the October 10th, Gar, so that's good at least. Side note, Gar, I'm going to the Valerant Champs. Need VAR in London. Yeah, pretty much. The lovely folks at Riot are taking me. I'm looking forward to it. Gonna go see Fnatic do their thing. I'm gonna randomly drop a napalm strike up there just because I can.
Precision airstrike standing by.
Yeah, they're sending me over.
Napalm inbound. Napalm on target. Psycho headed to rearm.
We literally need a VAR system, mate, honestly. Watched the comeback last night, bro. If I could knee slide in my house without burning my knees, I would have. I actually would have. That was like such an outrageous comeback. I'm trying to see Boaster win it all. I haven't told you like how much I hate this game sometimes.
Back for more.
hold that. Just hold it, all right? Take it, stick it in your mouth, and hold it, bro. Yeah?
Ammo here.
I said what I said. I know it sounds sus. I don't care.
Reloading.
I was trying to find my old Fnatic jersey, but I don't have it, so I'm hoping they sell some, like, on site, because I will cop one. But yeah, I'm basically in Paris from... I'm in Paris from tomorrow to Sunday. I'm bringing my MacBook, my PS5, just so I can stream some of the Black Ops 7 beta whilst I'm in the hotel. But I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Silk, how you doing, bro? I'm just listen, if Fnatic get to the grand finals and they win it all, I'll be a happy man, bro. It'll be worth every second I spend in Paris. Because it's kind of the calm before the storm, innit? Like, you know, like, as of next week, it's gonna get long for all of us. Do you know what I mean? Like, once Battlefield 6 is out, it's not looking good, bruv. Life is looking busy, Activia, all of the above, right? So, if I can enjoy a week in Paris watching Valorant, I'll be a happy man. You know?
Loadout drop headed your way.
Call it the last week before general fuckery approaches.
Changing mags.
One of the World Series finals? I genuinely don't know, and I know this sounds really bad.
Gas is closing in.
I genuinely don't care when the World Series finals is. I wish I did, dude, but like they've that tournament's just laughable at this point. Like it's not even a comp game. I think what happened to World Series is tragic. Going camping with some mates this weekend before Battlefield 6 entirely consumes me. Bro, honestly, that is the shout. That is the correct thing to do as well. Like, I was like debating whether or not I wanted to go to Champs this week because I wanted to like edit some stuff and get it ready for Battlefield 6. And then I deeped it and I was like, dude, like as of next week, I am not going to have the opportunity to do literally anything. So I may as well enjoy it now whilst I can. Otherwise, you know, as we know, that time of year is approaching. $4K 60 to YouTube. Guess it won't be happening from a hotspot hotel Wi-Fi. Well, I don't think I'll be streaming in 4K if I'm in a hotel. I'll tell you that much. It'll probably be a 1080p or a 1440p stream for Black Ops 7 at best.
You're losing ground. Moving.
I mean, the beta's still on when I get back from the event as well. Like, I'll be coming back on the 6th. Am I more excited for Battlefield or Ark? Long-term Battlefield, medium-term Ark, I would say. Like, I think Ark Raiders actually has the potential to really take over the world in a couple of places. I just think it's a brilliant game. Like, it's one of the most fun games I've played in years. But in terms of, like, content, obviously, Battlefield for me isn't a October release. Like, it's what I potentially could be covering for the next 2 years. Maybe even 3, who knows? Especially the Battle Royale, right? So it's difficult not to be excited about that. Especially as somebody who is like, I mean, I'm done with Warzone. You guys know I'm done with Warzone. I don't need to tell you this anymore. You know, I mean, we've been live for about 3 hours. Don't get me wrong, it's been fun. I've had a great time. It's been decent. But in all 3 hours of this, we have had one person following us in at least every game, possibly 2, trying to stream snipe. and we've encountered multiple cheaters. And then people ask me like, oh man, why are you so done with Warzone? And it's like, well, I think the answer should be pretty clear to most people. I think Warzone's kind of reached this really weird thing where like people online have kind of normalized it just being shitty. Like people have normalized being stream sniped and like normalized getting hacked on. It's like, well no, it doesn't have to be like that.
Throwing thermite. I'm reloading.
Hostile airstrike incoming.
Dropping ammo.
Damn, that guy quit. Beck, thank you very much for the 2 months. No random trip to Paris? I am on a random trip to Paris. I leave tomorrow. I'm already in London, so I don't exactly have to go very far. I'm actually specifically going with Ari, which is going to be really cool. It was super last minute.
Reloading.
Just got like a random text from Valerant on a Sunday being like, you want to come to Paris on Tuesday? And yeah, I think I will.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Oh, don't fuck with me, sunshine. Come on. I'm excited for Battlefield, man. I mean, I'm more excited, like, it sounds really weird, but I'm excited for other content creators too, because like, I feel like we're all kind of at that point, right, where we're... Oh my god, that guy hates my guts. I think we're all kind of at that point where we're like waiting for it. Must be sick to be in EU, so much going on out there. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, like, it's... I think it's one of those things where, like, it kind of feels like there's always something happening.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone.
Like, I've spoken to some Aussie creators before, and I guess it's like, you guys have your kind of, like, more isolated market just because of how far away in the different time zone you're in. But there is stuff going on, but not nearly as much. Whereas, like, EU, there is always stuff going on, but there's a lot more of us, so... if you go to those things, or if you get invited to those things, it's a bit, you know, more techie in terms of, like, getting an invitation. There's just so many people. I mean, look at COD Next, right? You know, like, even stuff like that. As a lifetime CS fan, all those incredible events out there. Yeah, I think if you follow esports, being an EU is sick. Like, I mean, I love Valorant Champs. Went to Madrid to see Valorant Champs. I'll be going to Paris this week to see Valorant Champs. It's like one of the few esports that I like really would follow. Wow, that man hates me.
Nation.
Oh, that's very polite. Look at that. That was so sweet. Nice shooting. What a guy. So yeah, it's kind of massive for that, and I really think, you know, we're quite lucky on that front. Pretty sick. Like, been Cologne to watch CS 4 times now. Such an event. I went to one at Wembley Arena in London to watch CS. I just got like randomly asked last minute from a friend if I wanted to go, and like I'm not really massively big into watching CS. I'm familiar with it, but like I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what this is like, and it was pretty sick. I think Valerant Champs is in Shanghai next year. Went to DreamHack in Melbourne, but we didn't have any crazy, Yeah, that's fair. Like, are you going train or flight? I'll be going train tomorrow. Cologne event tickets include free unlimited beer. What a country. Yeah, I much prefer getting the Eurostar to Paris than flying. The luggage allocation's a lot better. Plus, I can back out my MacBook and do some editing, which is perfect for me. I am literally bringing an entire streaming setup with me. I'm bringing a Elgato 4KX, a PlayStation 5,
I'm reloading.
a MacBook Pro, and my microphone, just in case I want to stream the Black Ops 7 beta from my hotel room. I'm also bringing an entire gaming monitor with me, so, you know, if you're wondering why my suitcase is heavy, just ignore it. I was always saying, like, I suppose it's one of those things, right, like, I think that's something we kind of take for granted. Whoa, 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 whoa! Why are there two of you? Push, 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 no, push, 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 push. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude. Where did he come from, by the way? Like, genuinely, where did he come from? How do you even pack all of that? Very carefully, Jake. Very carefully. Alright, let me explain. Let me give you the breakdown, okay? So, this 27-inch monitor, which is off to my right here, detaches from its stand. The stand goes in the bottom of the suitcase, which is then surrounded by the PlayStation 5 and various bits of packaging to keep it nice and safe. And then the screen goes in flat. Trust me, I have done this many times before. Wow, I got no aim assist at the end of that one. Ari sent me a pic of her luggage just now, and it's taller than her legs. Nice. Sent me one random Tyson Fury energy drink. I think you should too. I do think it's something we take for granted in Europe. It's just like, you know, I've spoken to some Aussie creators before, like Paladin Amber, and like, we, like, you know, if I want to go to Paris, it takes me an hour. If I want to go to Spain, it takes me like an hour and a half, 2 hours. If I want to go to Norway, it's like an hour. More like 2. You know what I mean? Like, we're so lucky that we can bounce around to all these very different countries in such a short amount of time. I mean, the furthest trip in Europe that you can do is probably like, what, from the UK, Russia? And even that would probably only be 5-6 hours. If I want to go to New Zealand, it's 5 hours. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, if I fly to Ireland, for example, like the Republic of Ireland from London, the plane takes off and starts descending straight away, more or less. Takes off, goes up. Whee! Same with Paris. Yeah, I mean, once you're in mainland Europe as well, you can literally just get a train anywhere. I mean, I've done a high-speed train from Barcelona to Paris that took like 4 hours. And that's a high-speed, like, sat in a nice, comfy train, life's good kind of train. I'm not flying, no, Eurostarring. Going from London to Paris by train. Probably not fixed in post, just because the servers will probably be down. I actually have a wedding in Ireland in November. And I've obviously bought a flight for it, and then the flight, I looked at the flight time, and it's like 45 minutes. Sweet. I mean, the longest flight I've ever done is, and that's 22 hours, I think. I mean, the time it takes you to get to New Zealand, Silk, is the time it takes me to get to New York in America. It's a 5-hour flight from London to New York. Give or take. Australia's great. No, I really enjoyed my time in Australia. Like, I can see why people obviously not only live there, but also stay there. Minus the stuff, like, there's no avoiding it. The bugs, the things. It depends when you fly, DL Fuzz. Like, so essentially there are some flights to London, from London to New York, that are quicker because of the flight line, and also because of tailwind. So it can depend on when you, like, say for example, my flight from London to LA is supposed to be 12 hours. My flight from LA to London ended up being like 9.5 to 10 hours because of the amount of tailwind we got.
Ruck up. You're headed to the war zone.
Oh, it can make a massive difference, especially for long haul, because it just constantly adds up, essentially. So, like, an average flight from London to New York is supposed to be sort of in and around the mark of 7 or 8 hours, but it can be as low as 6 or 5 if you're lucky. And again, it also depends on the trajectory of the flight and how you're leaving London, and if it's departing northward or if it's going straight across, like... Like, I'll never forget on my flight, the flight we literally got back from the Battlefield event, I think landed in about 10 hours from LA, which is really fast. Like, really, I think the actual end total duration was like 9 hours and 48 minutes. And the pilot of the plane even warned us and said, like, when we go over the Atlantic, there is going to be a bit of turbulence. But, like, we are going to get quite, like, it's going to be quick. Said, the plane will shake, but we're going fast. Either that, or they basically must just lie to all of us to gaslight us into thinking that things are going faster than they actually are, which also realistically could be true, if you think about it. Flying over the equator sucks, I will say that. Anything that requires you going over the equator generally sucks.
Primary objective to eliminate all targets. Supply box located.
Changing mags.
I gotta just quit or get shot. I can't tell. Oh, listen, this is gonna sound... Look, I'm not on the spectrum, but I love trains, alright? I love a high-speed train. I love what Japan and China are doing with trains. High-speed rail generally is incredible. S tier. Because, like, I feel like if you get... I feel like boarding a flight is a draining process. Like, going to the airport, doing all the extra steps, like... Whereas I feel like... If you get a train somewhere, wow, you got smoked. Getting a train somewhere is such a relaxing process. And it's just a lot more comfortable. Like, I've been on long trains. Like, the longest train I've ever been on was... Well, it probably was the high-speed train from Barcelona to Paris. And that was about 5 to 6 hours. But, like, the actual process of being on that didn't feel that bad.
Fuck off!
Thanks, I'm really glad I have a vicious chihuahua to take care of me, Becca. I feel really safe.
Changing mags.
I'm ironically in Paris in January as well to go see Deftones, so... I once did a coach journey across Europe through London to Croatia with my sports team, and that was not fun. I saw an Instagram reel the other day, and it was like, I just wanted to bench 100 kilos. Why am I at a Deftones concert? I was like, do you know what? Real and true, bro. Real and true. Oh, God. I think at some point, if you lift any kind of weights, you reach a point where, like, the music you're regularly into just won't suffice anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, what you listen to just doesn't work anymore. Like...
Contract complete. All supply boxes found.
I think the worst travel experience I ever had was I flew to Stockholm from Portugal, which I think is about 3-4-ish hours, give or take. I can't remember off the top of my head. I flew to Stockholm from Portugal, and as we were about to land, there was some sort of radar control failure.
Enemy soldier.
And we had to, I don't know why this is the case. There's probably a good reason for it, but we had to go back to Portugal. Like, there wasn't, they weren't just going to drop us in Oslo or something. We had to redirect all the way back, and I was like, oh my god, like, you need some abrasive shit. It's true though. It's true. Like, look, I like my grime. I like my rap. I like all of that jazz. But like, the second I'm pumping something that hurts my hands to carry, like, I just need to suffer. Good guy, let's be fair. 6-hour flight to nowhere, yeah. I hate traveling. I don't mind the Eurostar. Like, Tuesday will be very comfy and cozy. But I generally hate traveling. Generally speaking, I hate travel. Yeah, pretty much so. It's why I don't enjoy it as much. Like, obviously, you know, the timings and the movement let you work a little bit. But, like, other than that, there's no real skill gap. Like, Battlefield 6 by comparison, like, even when I was playing against other controller players, I could clearly outperform them regularly. Just because there actually was a difference at close range. Whereas in this, there's literally zero. Have I done business or first on the Eurostar? I don't think I have, although we'll see. Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out how pretty a penny Valorant likes to pay for travel. I mean... Hey, look, all I need is a table and somewhere to set up my Mac, and I can plug away at things. LG, I just saw your message in Discord. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate you.
Reloading.
Loadout drop inbound.
Probably go get my attachment. I mean, they posted a clip last night of Black Ops 7. And, like, a couple of people pointed out in the comment section that the clip just had, like, obscenely tuned aim assist. Which, obviously, Black Ops 7 will have. They won't change aim assist. They never will. Like, so to be honest with you, they're adding these movement mechanics to Black Ops 7, and it's going to make no difference. Like, oh, you jumped off a wall? Sweet. You're basically going to get semi-aimbotted anyway, so... I mean, COD, like I've said a couple of times, COD seemed really confused with Black Ops 7 because, like, I'm confident that that was a jetpack Call of Duty. I am extremely confident that was a jetpack COD. And that they basically, like... I was so unlucky. I switched weapon at the top to snipe the vehicle. I was extremely confident that was a jetpack COD, and they just changed it because of the public backlash. And, like, now they've got, like, nerfed Omni movement, but with, like... I don't know. It's like they don't really know what it is. It's like they don't know... It's like they don't know what they want the... Well, I think Treyarch knows what they wanted the game to be. I think they got told that they're not allowed to do it, though. Oh, but we'll see. I mean, like I say, with COD, it's just another year for them, like, at the end of the day. I think inevitably what happens for COD this year is they probably take a pretty hefty hit from Battlefield this year. Like I say, it will still sell well because it's COD. I mean, FIFA sells well every single year without fail, right? But I think they take a pretty hefty hit from Battlefield. I think... like I've said a couple of times, if the Battlefield BR is good, I think they probably lose most of their player base on Warzone. Very quickly, by the way. Like, I've said this to the guys at EA a couple of times when talking about the BR. Like, I don't think they understand just how much the player base from Warzone is willing to leave Warzone. Like, they only play it because there's just nothing else of a similar branch. I think the hardcore guys who really love the movement in Warzone aren't going to enjoy it. I don't think they'll like the Battlefield BR, in my opinion, because I think it'll be too slow for them. I can't say I have Michael, no. But I think if the Battlefield BR isn't appealing to top 1% Warzone players, then they're probably on for a home run and doing a very good job. And that's just me being very honest. Because, like, Warzone ultimately lost its universal appeal because it stopped focusing on being this fun sandbox where you could piss around and do stupid shit with RPGs and started focusing on being this ultra sweaty movement shooter. With incredibly cranked aim assist, which is hilarious. I just think Battlefield, like, if they just focus on the BR being a fun sandbox, then it's Jeech. Like, people will just play it, right? You know, if your choices are having some dude spin around corners 16 times in Warzone or someone throwing a helicopter through your building in Battlefield, I think you end up picking the Battlefield BR 9 times out of 10. So I'm expecting to see a lot of the sort of super invested comp Warzone players and, like, some of the top content creators for Warzone just not like the Battlefield BR at all. But I actually think that's a good sign, not a bad sign. Like, I actually think that's like a, oh, they're on the right track. You know what I mean? Battlefield 6 is what Modern Warfare 2022 wishes it could have been. I actually completely agree with that, Swazzer. I actually completely agree with that statement. I think what Modern Warfare 2022 was trying to do was take the Call of Duty formula to a more grounded area that was more universally appealing to the vast majority of first-person shooter players. What they ended up doing was trying to be Tarkov and went too far in one direction and actually made the entire game just feel like shit. But no, I think Battlefield 6 is in a really healthy spot in terms of gameplay style, and I think a lot of people will appreciate it. What about the rumors of EA being bought out? I don't think that'll be good in the long term. Private companies tend to be better than public companies because they don't have to care about shareholders. So if EA does get bought out, I actually think it probably will be better for them. I actually think it will allow them to make some slightly more risky and aggressive moves in the industry. And also, they just don't have to care about shares, right? Like, you know, let's say, for example, Battlefield 6 wasn't ready right now. It probably still gets rushed out because the shareholders have been told that it's releasing this year, right? And they have to live up to that without causing too much damage to their shareholders. And I can tell you that's happened for a lot of video games. A lot of video games. It's why Grand Theft Auto will definitely release before April next year, because they've told their shareholders that it's going to happen. And if they miss that, then they damage the shares, there's a big fallout, the stock price drops, etc., etc. If you don't have to care about that, let's say hypothetically Battlefield 6 wasn't ready, EA could just up and turn around and say, fuck it, we'll release it next year. And it wouldn't bother anybody, and it wouldn't bother their shareholders, and they can just do whatever they want and focus on ultimately producing better products. So I do think private companies tend to work better for this industry. So if they do get bought out, cool. Also, you know, look, at this point, Esports World Cup, Battlefield 6.
Use this time for some target practice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Battlefield 6 BR at the Esports World Cup, I mean... Yeah, but I think ultimately it's the forecasting and financial decisions, Johnny, that, like, take creative spaces and make them challenging. Like, if GTA 6 isn't ready, for example, the only solution that is really viable for Rockstar is to basically crunch their entire development team and pray that the game releases in a semi-decent state. Whereas a private company doesn't necessarily have to be so forthcoming with the forecasting and financial decisions, and then can basically just be like, all right, cool, well, we can kind of release this when it's ready. I mean, there's been loads of conversations about EA being bought out. I mean, I believe there was a rumor for a time that PlayStation were even looking into it, so...
Battle Royale.
It's been on the cards for a while, I think, that EA would eventually have someone try purchase them. I mean, they have a very rich IP library as well. I don't think it changes much, though, for the actual, like, current situation in terms of teams developing what and how things are working. I actually think the best thing that EA has done over the last couple of years, probably as a result of Call of Duty, really, and you can probably credit Call of Duty for this, is making Battlefield Studios. Like, Battlefield Studios exists because Call of Duty is a multi-studio effort. That is so unlucky. There is no way he has landed directly on an assault rifle.
Welcome to the Gulag. Fight to win
Ah, c'est n'importe
redeployment.
quoi, je l'appelle ma mère.
Success
Tu viens
means
avec son hélico,
redeployment.
c'est mort pour
Failure
monter en
means
parachute, pour lui
elimination.
bester.
I mean, he's French, so I've got to win. I probably need to tone down my anti-French rhetoric.
Attends que je revienne, Elliot, de ta grande.
Good.
Va nique ta mère la pute.
Scavenger contract here.
Scavenger contract, and that's not there anymore. Lovely.
Scavenger contract here.
Not necessarily, I think, Pete. Like I say, I think that the only focus that Battlefield's BR needs is just to be a fun sandbox. Let all the sweaty stuff and the competitive stuff kind of naturally make its way into the game as people get to hands-on with it a bit more and try and learn the ins and outs of it. But, like, just off-rip, focus on just being fun. Because that's what BRs have ultimately lost. BRs, I think, of recent years have ultimately lost just being fun by default. And I think that's why I enjoyed Off the Grid. I know a lot of people like thought that we just played Off the Grid because we were sponsored, and it's like, well, no, we were actually playing it and then we got sponsored. Like, I don't know what the outcome for that game is and when they're going to actually release their full-blown BR mode, but like, I liked Off the Grid because it was just a bit wacky and out there and focused a bit more on like cool moments as opposed to like the sweatiest gameplay.
Box secured. Move to the next one.
Still believe they deliberately delayed GTA 6 so it's ready for the PlayStation 6. Well, it will be a triple dip for them, hypothetically. Or a double dip. Is GTA 6 releasing on old gen? I don't think it is, right? I mean, it will inevitably be the best seller on the PS5 and the PlayStation 6. And the PS5... Sorry, the PS6 is next year, isn't it? It is indeed next year. It's using the new Zen 6 architecture.
You've got gas moving in. One supply box remaining. Move to secure.
The spec sheet for the PlayStation 6 looked very promising. Looked like a bit of hardware that perhaps knew... Brilliant, all the loot's just gone through the floor.
Supply box is secured.
Like, it looked like... an awareness of, like... how the industry is going to go over the next couple of years. I actually think, weirdly, the PlayStation 6 is kind of a direct response to Unreal Engine 5. I mean, UE5 has undoubtedly been one of the more popular game engines, but the people who don't optimize it properly, it runs like a bubbling pile of shite, so... I feel like they've gone a bit overkill on some of the hardware aspects of the PS5 to sort of compensate for that. I mean, the Borderlands launch was, should we say, indicative, I think, of how performance is getting when a game isn't potentially well put together. PS6 next year, though. I mean, that will be cool. I will be honest, I love Xbox, and I think Game Pass is fantastic, but I historically have always bought PlayStation consoles, except for the 360. This wasn't a good generation for PlayStation, though. I will say that. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ghost of Yotai is looking pretty sick, and they have had some good bangers, but, like... I genuinely think the PlayStation 4 generation will be looked back on as... possibly the best generation of video gaming we've had in a long time. Like, we're talking about a generation of PlayStation where we got Spider-Man, The Last of Us 2. Like, even just The Last of Us alone, really, I mean, is enough. But we're talking about a generation of console where we got God of War, Spider-Man, The Last of Us. Just generational PlayStation bangers. I want to throw this at him, but I feel like I'll die. I just want to point out something. I want to point out something, alright? I took off and landed in the exact same trajectory. And somehow it killed me. I didn't move my stick left or right at all there, and it's just gone... Yeah, no, there's a small millimeter of the building that we didn't factor in before. I guess you're dead.
Hostile UAV in the area.
very peculiar, possibly cheating activity.
Enemies are dropping into the area.
Feel like probably cheating, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Switching mags.
Yeah, I think he is. It was a very odd challenge into that building whilst I'm prone in the first place, and then trying to pre-fire me behind the desk. Even more insane. Let's do our classic hacked or cracked. I'm pretty sure he's cheating. Although he did have a UAV, allegedly, so we'll see.
Gas is closing in.
He's either unemployed or cheating. One of the two. He doesn't have a UAV anymore, so... Oh, he's got specialist, so he didn't know enemy was close. But he did pre-fire me like twice, so I do think he is cheating. He pre-fired me once coming into the building, and then pre-fired me again when I went to challenge the door, even though I didn't slide, so I didn't make enough noise for him to know that that pre-fire was coming anyway.
TACOM, I need eyes overhead.
Alright, we've got a clip for this. We've got a really important clip for this, alright? Guys, never forget, okay?
Sometimes in the life you need to be a little bit of Saddam Hussein and you need to push. Sometimes in the life you need to be a little bit of Saddam Hussein and you need to push.
Setting waypoint.
Sometimes in the life you need to be a little Saddam Hussein and just push. Let's find out, shall we?
Switching mags.
Sometimes in the life
Gas is closing
you need to
in.
be a little... I mean, vehicles don't count, as we're very aware of. Might get that tattooed on me. Well, sometimes in the life you need to be a little Saddam Hussein. So funny. Truly is one of the funniest clips ever, bro. Sometimes in the life you need to be a little Saddam Hussein. This guy's cheating.
Loading new mag.
This guy's 100% cheating. He knew that guy was. He knew that guy was there before he actually left the building, and it wasn't an audio. Sometimes, in the life, you need a level 1000 cheater who's not been banned yet.
Reloading.
Yeah, come on, COD. I mean, fuck me, my nan could have figured this one out.
Requesting recon above.
Come on, buddy. He'll panic and turn it on more.
Loading new mag.
His general awareness of people is pretty poor. But when it comes to, like, knowing that somebody's directly opposite a door, or, like, directly in front of it, he always knows.
Reloading.
Probably a little bit, Spaceman. I'd say like it definitely adds another hurdle that makes it more inconvenient. That being said, like, kind of feels a bit too little, too late.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Supply crates are restocked. Advise you to load up now.
Yeah, he's definitely balling, LG, 100%.
Get a UAV on grid.
I mean, the kill on the guy in the doorway a few moments ago was all you needed to see for that. The fact that he, like, stopped and knew he was, The fact that he stopped and, like, knew he was there. Where did he just die from? Because even I didn't see. I think he just died from a shadow that was so dark that no one saw it. Or a bush. Nah, I think he's a toggler, SPK. Like, I feel like if he knows, like... I find with people who toggle, if they know they're in a fight or a fight's coming, like when they have a UAV, they will turn it on. And then they'll turn it off. Like... The bit before where he fired at the guy through the doorway, when the guy was on the right-hand side of the doorway and there was no inclination on any audio cue that he was there, that was enough for me. Make sure you get your Vault Edition, guys! Make sure you get your Vault Edition of Call of Duty. Alright, we wouldn't want to not have the Vault Edition, would you? Gosh. Still haven't done this yet. Three down. Unharmed. Four-letter word with an O and an A in it. You think TPM and Secure Boot will make a difference? Like I say, I think it's a good extra hurdle to have. I don't think it's a silver bullet for anything, but... Okay, does make sense. Yeah, I like that. Let's have a thinky. Not so fat. 15 down, ladies and gentlemen. Free reign is 10? Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. Eight across is aloof. Aloof. I'm feeling aloof. Yes, men in on PR, an anagram for it's lucrative. It's a lucrative, folks. An anagram for something that is lucrative, that is a 5-letter word and then a 7-letter word. I like call out for that. That's good. We are going to go with herpes on this. So we need a 5-letter word and then a 7-letter word. And it's lucrative. I feel like the first part's money. I feel like the first part's money and then the second part's something, but I'm not sure what it is yet. Can't be call out as it's 3-4. Yeah, you're correct about that. It's money something. And it has a... "13 across" might be issues. I could agree with that. Money something. Money something with an S, and it's 7 letters. Thoughts and feelings, chat. Bait would make more sense. Money something. A surplus. There's no U, though. There's no U, because it's yes men in on PR. So it can't be a... It's not a U. Money spinner? I think that works. Rundown, I like that. Six down is half timbered. That's generational. I think it depends on the US or the UK spelling, Lewis. I'm not sure. Befuddle for 12. I like that.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
I like befuddle. Look at that. Nokia. Acquittal isn't right. You think it's rebuttal? We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Of course, look, sometimes in the life. Ronit is back, somebody just wrote in chat.
Enemy dropping into the AO. All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
Whew. Yippee!
Battle Royale.
I can't say if that is the case. Even if it was the case, fixed it was. I am being hit by a thermite life. That's good, that.
Targets are up. Don't take them down.
I think the guy who I thought was cheating is cheating. And I think somebody else like called him out in the game saying that he's in the lobby. Or he's well known enough to be in solo games that other people are aware of the fact that he's cheating.
Using a stem! Reloading!
One supply box down. 2 remain.
Guy in game chat's going crazy about someone who killed him who's camping.
2 supply boxes down. 1 to go.
Bro, these lot are sending me on track and field for this box, bro. Will you pre-order GTA 6 or wait for some reviews before paying the bill? I mean, I'll pre-order it. It's GTA, you know? I think they'll end up doing the same thing they did last time, though, where the multiplayer doesn't release with the single player. Like, they'll release GTA, but then GTA Online won't be till like 3 months later.
Contract complete. All supply boxes found.
I mean, do you guys remember when GTA Online released for the first time and it basically didn't work for like over a month? Like a straight month, it just didn't work. And it was annoying as well, because when it did work, it actually was a lot of fun.
An enemy squad is hunting you. Stay sharp.
Red Dead was a month later. Yeah, I feel like the scope and scale of GTA 6 is going to be a lot bigger, though. I mean, Christ, they've got the guys who make no-pixel roleplay working on it now, haven't they? Like, the guys who made GTA RP are making parts of GTA 6 online, so...
Thermite out! I'm reloading! Taking fire! Enemy marked.
Odd that it's the same guy.
Gulag is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment. Here we go. Almost your turn, soldier. Stand by.
Yeah, not too bad, Ethan. I mean, we've had like
Success
couple of
means
stream snipers,
redeployment.
couple of cheers,
Failure
but
means elimination.
nothing crazy. I mean, nothing new, really.
Molotov!
Enemy eliminated. Prepare for redeployment.
I mean, tomorrow we're off to Paris, so that'll be fun. Do you have any concerns over the Battlefield 6 BR? I think, like, my major concern with the Battlefield 6 BR is that it's probably a lot of people working on it who maybe have played BRs, but maybe have never made them. Other than, obviously, you know, the guys who, you know, quite literally made Apex Legends and Vincent Pella, but there are certain audible and visual and gameplay elements to a BR that are quite radically different from regular Battlefield. And if they don't play differently, like, you want it to be similar to the multiplayer, but there are obviously distinctly different parts of the game that are going to change how the game flows in terms of a BR.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Why is somebody landing on me, dude? That's what I'm saying. It's fucking weird. I mean, I'm confident it's a stream sniper too, because why would you stop running? Maybe not.
Enemy UAV is online.
All of the guns I've gotten in every single crate have been absolutely atrocious.
Friendly loadout drops on the way. You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
There are a lot of people around me. And they're all just sort of sitting. Why are we using a bloody AMAX?
Taking fire!
Gas is moving.
Ammo here! Changing mags!
Solos is hilarious because one second you'll run into somebody maining an AMAX, and the next second you'll run into somebody who's like 360 spin bombing you. Speak of that, it actually wrote itself. It's the same shield.
Route and get back out there.
Oh dear. I mean, I literally spoke it into existence. I said it's... You either run into somebody who's completely terrible and using an AMAX, or you run into someone cheating. Who do we run into? The guy who's cheating. If I'm ever this level of unemployed, just put me down, bro. That's not worth it. I'm not worth saving at that point. Right. Anywho. Let's finish this crossword, shall we? So if we're saying this is rebuttal...
Okay, everybody, good going. We kicked some serious ass. Hurrah!
This could be Lena. And hypothetically... We've smashed it. Oh no. Oh no, we have smashed it. We've got it all right. Hooray! Derek, thanks for the 5 super chat. From Birmingham. Love to see you. I think, folks, we're going to call it there. Why? Because I've got a pack for Paris, and also I have 0 intel. Oh, hello. EA is officially being acquired. Hello, let's have a look at this before it unfolds. EA to be acquired by Saudi PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners for $210 per share. Yeah, I also just prefer having a collapsing bar, but I have an OLED, so I don't like having static icons on the screen. I think EA has just been sold. Interesting. Be very interesting. But look, I'm going to go get ready for Paris. I will be bringing a stream setup with me so that we can stream the Black Ops 7 beta from the hotel. So we will be ready for that, don't worry. So thank you very much for joining me, folks. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to go to the gym, the gym, and get ready to start packing. So thank you very much, folks. Lovely having all of you, and I'll see you